Hello everyone, myself is Bhandari. Today we are going to see the new concept that is string functions. For the last lecture we have already seen some kind of an string functions over here. We have already seen what do you mean by the string. A string is nothing but the uh, character array, or we can say that this is nothing but the group of the elements whose data type is a character. So the string is also called as a character array. C programming language supports some kind of an inbuilt functions. These are called as an string functions. As I already told you that whenever we are interested to use some kind of a string function within a program, we have to add one extra header file which with a string.h in addition with the our ordinary header files. Now, this table includes the summary of all kinds of a string function. We have already seen some kind of a string functions for the previous lecture. The first is nothing but an strlen, str upper, str lower, and str reverse. These are the functions we have already seen for the last lecture. Now, for the today's session, we are going to be concentrate on next of few string functions. The first is nothing but strcpy. As I already told you that how we can memorize all these string function is that str is the short form for the string, then it is followed with the short form for the function which is going to be carried down. So cpy for the copy. So strcpy, this function copies the one string into the another string. Next is strncpy. N is nothing but the particular number of characters. So str for the string, cpy for the copy, and n is nothing but number of characters. So strncpy, this function copies down only n characters from one string into the another one. Next is strcat, for the concatenation. So this function appends the one string at the end of another string. That is, in short, when we are interested to add the two string, then strcat function is used. So there is a two string, first and the second. The second string is going to be added at the end of the first string, and the total string is now called as the newer or the second string. Similarly, strncat, with the help of an n, only few or the n number of characters are going to be added at the end of the first one. Next is strcmp for the comparison. So strcmp, this one, with the help of this function we are able to compare the two strings. If both strings are exactly going to be matched, then it will be gives you the true answer, which one is indicated with binary 1. If they are not matched, then the statements will becomes as a false one with the help of a binary 0. Next, it is strncmp. N is nothing but number of characters. That is, with the help of this function, only n number of characters of the two strings are going to be compared, and then according to the result is given. The last one over here is that strcmpi. As we already know that str for the string, cmp for the comparison. So whenever the two strings are going to be compared, if the case sensitivity is going to be ignored, that is, whenever two strings are compared ignoring the case, then we have to use the function as strcmp of I for the ignore. Then strncmpi, so it will be compares the first n characters of the two string by ignoring the case. Now let's say one by one in detail. The first is nothing but strcpy, which is called as a string copy. This function copies the content of one string variable into the another string variable. As one is going to be copied down into the another, by default we should have to be required the two string. One is called as an older also called as a source array, and another is where we are interested to copy it down, it is called as a target array. So within the syntax, how we have to be mentioned over here, first of all use the keyword as strcpy for the copy. Then within a round bracket we have to be mentioned the two arrays. First is nothing but a target array and another one is source array. After the execution of string copy function, what the compiler is going to be, that is all the contents of the source array are going to be copied down into the target array. The copy is done, that means the same content is available in a source and the target. Whenever the data is going to be copied means the source array does not having source array also have its data, and that is going to be copied down into the target array. Now let's see with an example. Here the one array is going to be declared character C of 10. Whenever there is a character and the size is given means it is nothing but a string, as this one is a group of the character alphabets. So the C is the array whose size is 10. At the time of the declaration, it is going to be initialized with a content as India. Then there is one another array is going to be declared whose name is new and size is of 10. Then strcpy, according to the syntax, first of all we should have to be use the target array whose name is new and older one is C. So all the C array, its contents are going to be copied down into the array whose name is new. So the same elements are now available in a C array and a new array. Now I am going to be printed down the elements of the target array whose name is new with the help of a printf function, and hence we get the output as an India, which one is available into the new array. Next, it is nothing but strncpy. So instead of copying down all the elements, we are interested to copy down only few of the elements, then we are using the strncpy. So it copies down the n character. This function copies the n characters of one string into the another one. So according to the previous syntax, we should have to be change only few of this one, that is we have to use the keyword as an strncpy, then within a round bracket again first of all target array, then source, and then we have to be mention the n, where n is nothing but number of characters that we are going to be copied down from source towards the target. So in this case the elements from of the source and the target may be often different, because only few of the elements from the source are going to be copied down into the target. Now let's see. So here the older array is, or the you can say the source array whose name is address and the elements are the India, and a target array his name here as a new. Now with the help of strncpy function, with the help according to the syntax, first of all the target array whose name is new, then source array, and then here n value is 3. Then what happens after the execution of this, that only the first 3 elements of the source array are going to be copied down into the target array. So the first 3 elements of the address array, that is I, N and D, are now available into the character array whose name is new. So it will be available with the help of an printf function, and output expected over here is that I and D. Now the next is nothing but a string cat. Cat is nothing for the concatenation. So it is a string concatenation function. This function adds the contents of one string variable at the end of another string. So in short, when we are interested to add the two strings together, then string concatenation function is used. The one string is going to be added at the end of the another string, and this total string is now available into the newer string. So the syntax for this one is nothing but strcat t comma s, t for the target array, s for the source array. So after the execution, what happens over here is that source contents are there. After that, the target array elements are going to be available, and the total data is now available into the target array. Let's see over here that here we will be required that the as the two strings are going to be added, minimum two strings are required. First is called as a source array, or the string whose name is s, the elements are the India. There is one another character array whose name is t, which contains the elements as an grade. Then after the execution of strcat into the bracket, I have to be write down the target array whose name is t comma s. So whenever compiler execute this strcat, what happens over here is that the uh, uh, elements of an source array are going to be added, and the whole data is available into the target array. So India plus grad, the India grad, this kind of an output is now available into the target array. As there is no any spaces given at the start of the T array, so the no space is available between the concatenation also, and hence we will be get all the letters as in a sequential manner as an India grade. That is, in short, the two source and a target s plus t is now available into the T array. Next, it is strncat. So instead of adding whole the array, if we are interested to add only few of the data elements, then we are using strncat. So it is used for the concatenating the first n characters at the end of the another string. So the syntax is obviously it will be required in a target array, source array, and n is nothing but a number of characters which are going to be added from the source. So let's explain this one with the help of a program. So here again I have just taken out the two arrays, or the character strings, or the character arrays s and t. S contains the elements as an India, T contains the elements as an grad. Then strncat, it is first of all t comma s comma 3. So t is for the target array, s for the source array, and how many elements are going to be concatenate at the end of an target is nothing but the 3 elements. So it is printf string is %st. So t elements are the grad. At the end of this one, we will be added only the 3 elements from the source array, that is ind. So we will be get the output as grad and then ind elements. Next, this one is the program where I am trying to use the different kinds of the functions we have already seen. So the summary of all the functions are considered within this program. At the start, we are included different kinds of an header files. As we are dealing with a string function, the extra file is required over here. It is nothing but string.h. Then within a main, I have just declared the 3 different characters array, or the string whose name is first is n, another is n, and another is t. The elements are declared at an same time. They are going to be initialized with the s character s array consist of the elements as an India, n string consist of the elements as si, t string consist of the elements as the grade. Now next, first is strupr. So strupr, it is for the uppercase, which one will convert the lowercase letters into the uppercase, and the string over here whose name is s. So whatever the elements are available into the string s are going to be converted into the uppercase, and hence we will be get the output as India. I will try to show the output of every statement within the comment. So India, which one is originally in a lowercase, they are going to be converted into the uppercase. Now next is nothing but rev for the reverse, whose that is string is going to be reverse. Which string? It is n. N is consist of the elements as si. These elements are going to be reversed with the help of strrev function, and we get the output as is. Then strcat s comma n. CAT for the concatenation. Concatenation means in short addition. SN, S is nothing but a target, N is nothing but a source. So all the elements of the source are going to be added into the target, and hence we get the output as India is. Next is another is, now the all elements is available into the target whose name is N, and that is going to be added with the another string that is nothing but an T. So in short, again we will be get India is, and then it is called as an grid. So all these data element is now available into the target into the target array, that is T, it is going to be printed. So in short, at the end of this program we will be